Okay, we're going to be recording this because this is really good conversation. We're talking about the ShotScope LM1 and some of the capabilities because there's a handful of us here that have it, and so the LM1, as most of you guys know, it's a $200 launch monitor, but and this is my understanding of the on-course ability, you have to be connected to the app. And I will admit that is the one thing I've had some difficulty doing is actually connecting mine to the app. Um, it I'm going to blame it on me and my technology and devices, but it will record everything and all your shots and all your sessions if you are connected to the app. For one reason or another, mine just hasn't quite jived with it, and I think it's more maybe it's my device, but as I said, kind of before we hit record, the accuracy on the swing speed is next to perfect. And one of the cool things because there's a speed training mode that you can put it on, and that I quite like. But with the speed training mode, one of the things that you can still hit a golf ball. So, for example, I was doing speed training with a 6-iron, and I was kind of curious. I was like, okay, what is my swing speed going to be if I actually try and hit this golf ball? And I dropped like 4 or 5 miles an hour just through impact and hitting a golf ball. So then I was able to try and work and try and regain that speed while actually trying to hit a golf ball, which was something that I hadn't really thought of before. And I haven't seen anyone try to do that within a use case situation for any of the YouTube videos that I've seen either.
No, the YouTube videos are pretty similar. Like, oh, hey, this is quick, easy to use. Same thing here. Let me hit driver against a GC Quad or TrackMan or this, that, and the other.
The most interesting one that I saw was actually the one that the Golficity guys did. And Frank did one inside, and yes, he did the comparisons, but he put the RCT ball in, and it does not read the RCT ball.
Oh, wow.
Which was kind of interesting. Which, to that note, I was using the Pro V1 on the sim today, and I switched over to the Vice Pro Plus Tracer, and I had 4 no reads in a row, which I thought that was really interesting. I went back to the Pro V1, and all of a sudden it started picking it up again. So I'm wondering if some of the issues that I had seen with the TrackMan numbers had something to do even slightly with the fact that I had been using like the Vice Drip or the Vice Tracer golf balls, and it just wasn't reading it accurately enough. Maybe. By the way, we have a guest with us today, so he's oh. Yeah, he didn't really want to go to sleep upstairs. So, what else? I was in the process of actually going through. I need my Red Rooster rain gloves. So, they originally had the little red roosters all over everything, but you can clearly see where I've worn this thing out to. It still works really well, but I want to get a new one since I do have a tendency to play in the rain often enough. But yeah, I was on their site, and they have some pretty decent deals right now. James, a lot of the apps I've used for Vice Tracer say you need a plain white ball. That's interesting. Yeah, Vice isn't really known for doing plain white balls, and I don't think they're going to be changing that anytime soon. I don't know how I feel about the most recent ones that came out. I think they were okay, but
They're cool looking. I mean, I like messing in my office here with the lights low, and they're they kind of glow, so it's kind of cool watching them roll on the putting mat.
oh right, I did. Yeah, you did get those. I forgot about that. My thing is, and it's not. It's just never a golf ball I'd want to put into play. Like it's a golf ball that I don't mind collecting, and I don't mind. Like I have the Masters tracers. I love them, but there's no way I'm not putting those into play because I don't want to lose them. They look awesome. They're maybe my favorite looking vice ball that's being done, but I don't want to lose them, so I'm not going to play them.
That's kind of my thing. Is I mean, I guess I'll maybe I will at some point, or just put a sleeve in play to see how I like them. Like I've never used the Vice Pro Air, and I have a dozen of the new Air tracers, so I kind of want to try it. But yeah, I don't see myself out there on the golf course with a Happy Tan one. I might.
But
For
it's
social
your
media
golf ball.
purposes. Yeah, I mean, it was modeled after me, but for social media purposes, I'll put it out there, but I'm not gonna actually play it.
Yeah. Jason, what did you say? Or sorry, not Jason, Ryan. I'll say the limited monthly drops from Red Rooster and the colors is a really cool idea. I've kind of missed that. Can you expand on that a bit, if you don't mind?
So I've got the website open, and they have a Color Your Golf Game limited release gloves. They've got what they're calling the Easter egg and the Robin eggs glove for April, which are pink and light blue. May has got a light blue and kind of like a yellow and a whole bunch of different colors coming in May throughout different launches, I think for Mother's Day. June's got a USA glove and a black glove with red accent. British Open, Union Jack logo and purples and pinkish pastels for July. August is orange and like a teal. September, a kind of brownish gold. In October, a green and kind of more of like a traditional leather. And they're all going to be limited edition drops. So I think if you look at the main kind of colors, they've really they've gone away from stuff like the comb, the red one, which I got the last when they were doing sales. I think I got the last 3 cadet largest that have ever been made. Because I was able to get them for cheap because, who really wanted a red glove, and they've kind of gone to the more traditional look, but they are still releasing these limited edition drops. And then, as someone who always is a fan of more color than not, I appreciate that they are there in whatever kind of limited fashion they're going to be.
That's I didn't see that. I think I was on the Canadian site originally, but I'm a big fan of this one. It's kind of like the Golf, Volkswagen Golf, whatever theme. But this October one, that is wonderful. It looks very like classic. Thank you. That's great to know. Now he knows why he couldn't get them. Yeah, because I have the thing is I'm missing the other hand for this glove, and I looked at the forecast for Sand Valley, and yes, it's still weeks away, but I did see rain in the forecast, and I want to be prepared for that. So, yeah, kind of nice that they got some good stuff. they've definitely expanded as well. I didn't realize that they had so much stuff as they have right now. Okay. Who's that trying to come in? Other Richard. Let's see. Well, the Tanso Golf, they had their launch early release today. So that there was a little hiccup with the code, but at least he was able to somewhat get it resolved. Sorry, as I adjust him.
What's nice is everybody gets to benefit from that because he gave everybody basically 30% off versus the stacked discount. So I couldn't pass that up. Couldn't do it.
So what did you order?
I got the 449 CVs,
Nice.
5 through pitch, heads only.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I picked up a 48-degree F grind wedge to kind of fill in that gap. So I have a couple of PXG Sugar Daddy 2s that I got last year on sale, 52 and 56. So everything is kind of that 4-degree increment.
That's
So
awesome.
that will find its way out into the course here at some point.
That'll be. I'm excited to see how he does with everything. I mean, the left-handed clubs look great. I appreciate that there are left-handed clubs. I think he's onto something. So I'm curious how they perform, and I hope that we'll do a live with him soon. Hopefully, even we'll see. Maybe even in the next like 4 or 5 days here. I do have another live scheduled for May 11th. I think that's the Monday. But I'm going to leave that guest a surprise for right now. The reason being is I'm pretty sure it's a brand none of you guys have heard of. Or you will have heard of them. That's like you will have heard of them, but not know. Yeah, I think Tiger's in like probably on top of some mountain or something like that. This brand you will have heard of, but not for the product that we are going to be discussing. Let's put it that way. And I had a good call with him yesterday, and got some pretty cool stuff going on. So I see Ben's thought process is spinning there. What else is there? Okay. It's news this week. We got to talk about it. There's been a thread on it, but we're going to shift to that in a second there. But the McLaren golf clubs. I think everyone here, I actually don't mind them. I'll be the hand up. I don't mind the look of them.
The blades are okay, but those quote unquote game improvement ones are terrible.
I think they're all
I'm a sucker
terrible.
for orange, so
Yeah, even the blades look gimmicky as hell with the honeycomb bullshit. I mean, they're awful.
The big thing I think where I hesitate to even say disappointment, because I have like no expectations of ever being able to hit them, own them, or anything. But you have some of the best engineers and R&D literally in the world. Like, it's hard to be better than Formula One. And there's nothing really new in there. Like, I think Joe from Golf Monthly put it perfectly. He's like, yeah, they mesh together a bunch of technologies that have already been done, but it doesn't really,
And
it doesn't
there's
live up to the
nothing
hype.
there that justifies the $375 a head price tag. That's the other
There's the
problem.
McLaren logo.
Just the McLaren logo, yeah, that's pretty much it.
That does absolutely nothing for anybody outside of F1 fans.
Even a lot of us F1 fans could care less about paying that kind of money.
Would
I mean, I think some of the design stuff's cool. Like I watched Rick Shields' video on it yesterday. He did the review on the game for the threes.
Yeah,
and he loved them. I mean, but that's Rick Shields. So, but I thought it was one part I thought was cool was where they take the orange badging and they have a tungsten weighting in behind that, and I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it doesn't move the needle for me otherwise.
It's maybe there's just not so much that you can do with irons. Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe we're at a point where irons are kind of capped, unless you're inventing some entirely new technology.
And just short of the 3D printing thing, what other new thing with irons has come out in the last 30 years? Like they've been shifting weight. I mean, material-wise, sure. The addition of tungsten to save weight, and the polymer, the hollow body. Yeah, I mean that's all.
And now Maltby's have the ceramic inside of a couple of their models now. So there's again, it's just materials though.
Right.
And I think there's also been like Mizuno and Srixon come to mind where they have refined their forging methods to just make areas softer, stronger, and all these sorts of different things. So I think there's been refinements, but
when you start getting in like players irons, like forged players irons, so there's only so much you can do. You can move weight around, different materials, or like 3D printing, to add weight. That's really all. I mean, what else can you do with them?
Yeah. But I guess like McLaren.
Do you think they would have been better off trying to develop woods or hybrids?
Well, apparently they're coming.
Driver?
Apparently they'll have a full lineup, putter right through everything.
Sure, and I can't say that I'm excited about any of that either.
Yeah, I would have been more excited about the driver.
But even the folks that have hit them have remarked, yeah, they feel good, but there's nothing exceptional about them. So what justifies the price? Other than a badge, what justifies the price? Nothing.
Well, okay, so this was when I was watching that Golf Monthly video. The first thing that came into my head was when PXG first came out, they were, I would say, their irons were about the same pricing, because there's that
even more. I want to say he came out asking like $400, $500 an iron.
It very well could have been, but they were ridiculously priced because of just the sheer overhead into getting into the golf business. So that's like, I can understand where the pricing comes from, not from a necessarily strictly
we honestly believe
but from
a charges.
Well,
it's an entry into it.
They were also the first hollow body too. I mean, they were hollow body before P90s or before the P790s came out.
Yeah, but the big difference between PXG and McLaren is that PXG was a startup. McLaren's already an established business that's creating a division within. Like they don't necessarily have to charge $375 to recoup any sort of an investment they put into this.
Bob Parsons he's a multi-millionaire. Like he's got millions and millions. So
yeah, but he didn't have an established brand that he was.
Yeah, GoDaddy.
Yeah, but he wasn't slapping GoDaddy on the irons.
No, but I think they're putting their name behind it. They're putting the sticker behind it, but it's still a new entry. It's a new entity into.
Fair, but it feels more like a cynical money grab than somebody trying to get into a legitimate entrance into an already crowded field.
I mean, they got Ian Poulter.
And they're not. And even more of a reason to never play. I mean, I like Justin Rose just fine, but Ian Poulter is more of a reason not to play them than Rick Shields is.
Well, and Michelle, I don't think she's really playing golf. I thought she was like pretty much entirely retired.
I think they still trot her out when they need to boost attendance.
Yeah.
But she's basically a show pony these days.
And what's funny is even the one series, it's not even forged. They're MIM.
Yeah.
Which Cobra was doing a decade ago.
Yeah.
Well, but maybe that's kind of the best way for them to do it with the materials. I mean, mimming. I mean, you spoke. I mean, when you were using the putters, Ben, you mentioned how much you loved the MIM putter versus the 3DP. So maybe there's something to that.
Yeah, but for me, it's more aesthetic and that they finally got their insert right than it is like a build quality.
Yeah.
So for me, I wasn't a big fan of the gold on the 3DPs, whereas the kind of that brush chrome or that brush nickel look that they employed in the MIM putters for me aesthetically, like putter might be the one club where the aesthetics matter almost as much to me as the performance. Like irons can look like dog shit if they hit the ball well, but a putter needs to look good to my eye or it throws me off.
That's fair. Yeah, it is interesting that JP Harrington is going there. I mean, they're such a unique wedge, so it'll be a fascinating follow. I mean, I don't think anyone here is ever really going to end up gaming McLaren irons or probably any product, but
no community lab.
I didn't
That's
reach
a
out.
bummer.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Not this time. We'll see.
Nobody thought we were going to bring 3D printed irons to the table, so you never know. Stay tuned.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have a decent chance of, I probably have a better chance of seeing them in the wild than a lot of the people do, just because of my proximity to the Bristol Motor Speedway and everybody in the races. They don't make it NASCAR engines, but they do make it NASCAR electronics. They always have reps at the races. So they all, race weeks, they all come play golf at the golf course around here. So I run the, execs and stuff like that from the race teams. So maybe I'll see a set in the wild.
I can't find a set of Tour Edge exotics in the wild, much less McLarens.
I can't even go to PGA Superstore and try them out. I wanted to try those CDs the whole year. I've been wild about those things. I can't even find them in the store to try them.
There were like a golf show and a demo day within 2 weeks of each other, so I got to hit them a bunch in those 2 weeks, and they've been a ponder ever since. They're nice irons.
Yeah, we need to go up and hang out with Ryan. He's Mr. Tour Edge.
He's got some. Yeah. So Matt got his max 10K. He's been hitting on the range earlier today, and he's dumbfounded. He's really regretting the having not switched like a year ago at this point. He's hitting it great. So, and he does, I think he had the Denali red in the stock, but he's put the TPT in it. And I got to say, yeah, they're good. The Bridgestone facility is shut down. That's
the ball facility.
Moving all operations to Japan. The Georgia facility is closing down. They're moving all their operations to Japan.
That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, they got to take all that made in the USA stuff off all their packaging.
I mean, shit. Well, their clubs have all been kind of Japan only domestic stuff anyway for a long time.
Yep. No, that's too bad. Okay. Yeah, it's we're plugging away here at kind of everything, getting through it. Staff product reviews, those are coming fast and furious. So that whole section is open, and we're going to keep adding to it as we go on. There's what, 20, almost 20 pieces in there now. I think I have another 4 or 5 that'll be going up over the weekend. And yeah, excited to toss those in there as we go along. There's going to be some reviews on older products as well, because one of the things that I want to see, like Matt buying the Max K, I mean, we can, yes, it's only a year old, but there's plenty of really good products out there that are worth a little revisit. I was actually quite happy to find that that old Ping i210 review today. That was a nice little blast from the past. We had 6,400 posts in the month of April. So thank you to everyone. That was great. Really nice to see all that participation and engagement. I mean, I know the Masters thread had a lot to do with that, but still. Yes, and we did just crack 40K, which is awesome. And then we did, I think we'll start to see a few more members kind of slowly poking in here. Had a good little catch-up call to kind of go over a few of the things that we'll be doing over the next bit. But right now, for May, we'll have 1 or 2 community labs coming. We'll have a couple lives, and then we're just trying to get through Sand Valley, and then things will kind of kick back in. Marty should be teasing our event, I would say, in the next week. Fingers crossed. And things have just, it's been stupid busy on all fronts. So we're kind of playing catch up in some respects. But yeah, the meet the members have been going well. Jason and I just recorded ours before we hopped on this call. That will go out tomorrow, and then I'll try and do a few more for next week as well. So then I'm joining Hayes, Matt, and Brian on the Bogey Ball Society podcast again, and we are going to be doing a 10-12 minute course by course preview for Sand Valley, Sedge, Toledo, Mammoth Dunes, and then Erin Hills. They also just finished wrapping up a pod, I think it was yesterday, with Cradle. Some very cool information from that one. I guess he was one of the guys that founded OGIO. So a lot of history and a lot of cool information there, which I really wanted to go on the pod, but it was at like 2 in the morning my time, and I needed sleep. So that didn't happen. But I'll have to wait and watch it when you guys do. Yeah. We're still waiting to hear back on the like the leaderboard handicap. As I said, apparently I wasn't supposed to be able to create our own maps. And apparently Envision has like all these different blockades that you shouldn't be able to brute force it through ChatGPT and other AI models, and I was able to do that. But anyway, we're hopefully going to have that set up, and then I can just send over the file and get it started again. Because I was annoyed. I was really impressed with that. The fact that it was an auto-updating handicap and everything else like that. It's one of my most proud achievements I've done for for anything. What questions do you guys have? What do you guys want to know? Not gonna lie, he's getting really heavy, so I'm probably gonna cut this off a little bit early and take him up to bed, and that way he's not gonna, because my leg's gonna fall asleep here in a few minutes. Nada for you? Okay. We'll have a few of the threads coming out for the different community labs that are some that were the products that I think are already in hand for the guys. It's more just I'm waiting for a few other things to fall into place, and then I'll make those threads and we'll get going with it. But very much looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun, and yeah, I think we'll wrap up there for tonight, and I'll see you guys on the community. So thank you, and we will see you soon. Take care.